Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. This is Jenga Njero. Now today we have the matchmaker show, and you understand the protocol here that any other time we have a man on board, that man must be looking for a woman. In the same way, when we have a woman on board, that woman must be looking for a man. But because today we have a man, I will tell you the kind of woman he is looking for. And I want to give a disclaimer because our guest on today's show is a German. He is a 56-year-old man from Germany. And the guest on today's show is Ben Otto Corio. Ben Otto Corio. Those are even his Facebook and social media names. Ben Otto Corio. Otto ni kama ile ya Otto Bismarck. Nakumbuka Otto is a common name in Germany, meaning wealth, meaning opulence, meaning, abundance. So Ben is currently in Kenya. Ben is a man who has been trying to reach us for the last 3 months now. 2 months. We were not able to communicate until recently. And when I was in Mombasa, I was able to meet him. But this is how it is. This is a man who is torn between two horns, what we call a dilemma. A dilemma is a situation that places you in a situation where you have to choose two equal consequences. For example, you see what we say between a rock and a hard place. Like you have to meet two horns and one of them has to pierce through you. You have to meet the pain and the wrath of one or either of the horns. That's what we call a dilemma. Ben is a 56-year-old man. He is a single man. This is a man who was in private practice in business for the longest time. He was born and raised in a small town in Munich, but they later migrated to a place called Bremen, and then he has been working in Berlin. So when Munich is in the southern part of Germany, and Berlin is the capital city, and Berlin is the capital city of Germany, but he was also raised. They moved to Bremen, and then he started working in Berlin in private practice as a business. So in the year 2018, I have realized that most people who come from different parts of the world, especially people who are from other races, people who come from maybe the United States, people who come from the larger part of Australia, people who come from Canada, people who come from the larger part of Europe, are very, very unlike Asia and Africa. But Europe, US, Canada and Australia happen to be very committed when it comes to tours and travel. For example, one man, one woman could be working for the rest of his or her life just to explore the world. He can put everything he has been working for years as a kando so that he can just explore the world. You've heard stories of men and women who sold businesses just to move out, maybe to Thailand, went to Maldives, went to Africa, and explored the world, and that gives them a sense of fulfillment. So Otto Ben happens to be one of those people because he was in a successful logistics company. He founded the company alongside his brother, but now he sold the business, he sold his shares, he sold his equity just to come and travel in Africa. But guess what? All hell broke loose because the moment he came to Africa, went to Zanzibar, then came to Diani. And it's unfortunate because this is the very first case where we're hearing a person who wasted. I am using the word wasted because I am not judging him. He told me to use the word wasted. Wazungus are very genuine. If they wasted, they'll tell you, I wasted. If they got conned, they will tell you, I got conned. If they lost the money, they will tell you, I lost the money. If they come to your shop and they cannot afford, they will simply say, I can't afford. They will not be saying, nitakuja, and they will not be coming back. No, if it's a no, it's a no. If it's a yes, yes. And it's a good attitude anyway. So he told me to use the word wasted because he feels embarrassed by the fact that he wasted his money, sold his properties in Bali, and left a very successful business. Yeye akakuja Africa, landed in Zanzibar, then in Diani. Diani alikuja 2019 Ukunda. However, wakati alikuja sasa, unajua sherehe kila wakati, and just like that, within no time there was no money. Thought maybe the money would be enough, maybe the money would be too much. Maybe he thought there is a certain mentality people have that in Africa it is easy to survive. I can tell you for a fact it is not easy to survive in Africa. In fact, people who make it in Africa deserves hat off. It's not that easy, especially when you don't understand the geopolitical influence, you don't understand the business dealings, you don't understand how business is run, you don't understand, maybe you're not good in emotional intelligence, you don't even understand how to handle people, you cannot handle business. So there was that mentality that, I'll come to Africa, maybe spend some money, and when it's about time, then I'll look for a business. I can always deal with Africans, make business, and boom, just like that, succeed. Unfortunately, that was not the case, because the moment he started to dwindle, the moment he started to wither, the moment he started to spend the last of his coins, all hell broke loose. Right now, he is one of the most broke, if there is such a word. He is a very broke mzungu, very broke. He doesn't even have a phone. I know there are people who will be saying, oh, tupatie number. He doesn't even have a phone. He sold his phone. What he has right now is just an email address that he can just go to a cyber, and he can just go to a cyber cafe. He has a laptop either. He has a laptop, anaweza pata kuongea na email, lakini simu hana. If you want to talk to him on phone, you will not be able to reach him out. So ako broke, anapatiananga hadi hiyo laptop yake anakula. Akipata kitu anafanya nini, and he wants to go back to his country. And I asked him this question because this is a question that features prominently on our show. Why is a 56-year-old man single? Because when you come to the show, you have to tell us why you're single. He said, you know what, I've been doing business, I've been in private practice, I have been in transport and logistics, we've been big in delivery, and I think I'll go back to Germany. I talked to my brother, maybe I can get a stake in the business again. I lost the money I wasted, in fact, so maybe I'll get a share, and then we will see what can happen. So what happens is that he is not even sure whether he will be accepted back in business. That is one. Number two, he sold the shares. So if he goes back there, he has to start from square one. That is what we call scratch. He has to start from scratch. Number two, he is single because he divorced. And he says, I told you from the word go, Mzungus are sometimes robust, honest. They are very honest when it comes to speaking about details concerning themselves and family. So he divorced the wife, maybe because of a misunderstanding, and he said that they were not getting along, and the wife of 16 years left for another man. There was a misunderstanding, and the differences were what we call irreconcilable. When the differences are irreconcilable, that means they cannot be back together. Never. No way. So he's single. They had a son together. The son is 30 right now, and he's doing business. He's on his own. He has his own family, but that does not prevent his father from getting another match. However, it is now debatable upon whether this man will stay here or the man will go, because right now I'm asking him, are you sure it is just help you're looking for, or you just want to get a woman? And even when you get a woman, what are you going to do together? Because the buck starts and stops with the man. In Africa, in traditional African societies, the man is the head of the family, and the man is supposed to provide for his family. So can you be able to provide? That is the question I asked him. He said, well, I will try where I can. Sometimes when I can, other times when I cannot, maybe the wife to be will chip in. And I'm like, maybe. I don't want to be the judge. I don't want to discriminate. I don't want to be branded that I am judging my guests on the show. My work is to give them a platform. My work is to give them an opportunity. And then when they are heard, my audience will decide whether or not they're interested. They will decide whether this is a take or leave. And that is the case. So Mr. Kolio Ben Otto is a single man, 56-year-old, divorced, has a son who is 30, working in Berlin also, and he was born and raised in the lower or the southern part of Germany, that is Munich. But they went to Bremen, but he extended his craftsmanship in Berlin. Berlin is the capital of Germany. Now, is it possible for Mr. Ben Kolio Otto to get a wife from the show? So what we will share is his email address, and I want to address something about email addresses and how to get to be different from other people when you're sending emails. So in the next video, I will be explaining to you how exactly you're supposed to make it unique. There are people who are saying, oh, my emails are not being responded to, or nobody has responded to me when it comes to email. I'll tell you where you go wrong, okay? And I'll tell you the protocol you should follow so that you can even get the number of the person if the email is not enough. So that will be in the next video. So the guy says he's a Christian. I have not verified that. I told you when I verify, I'll let you know. When I have not verified, I'll let you know too. And this is one of the cases that I have not verified. Another thing, I don't know whether if this man gets a woman, he will be going back to his country. Maybe he will go back. He doesn't even have what we call ticket. So, but we will see what can be done. Anyway, that's it. This is it. So guys, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like this video, and I will post his email address on my Facebook stories at Jenga. So follow me on Facebook so that you can get these updates in real time. Bye bye. See you tomorrow.